Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review Chadwick Boseman in 21 Bridges. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. You can also find me over Twitter and Instagram at Movie Guy 365, as well as over at the Disney Magic Hour podcast. I will leave a link for that in the description. All right, so 21 Bridges. I've been looking forward to this one for quite some time. Chadwick Boseman is our lead detective, and he's joined by Sienna Miller, J.K. Simmons, and a overall, as much as I really enjoy a good cop thriller, sometimes it can be a little bit on the predictable side. And unfortunately, I feel 21 Bridges kind of falls into that pattern. It doesn't make it a bad movie in any way, shape, or form, but if you're expecting something kind of groundbreaking, unfortunately, it just doesn't really happen. Now purely, most of the film takes place from Boseman's point of view, but also our two main antagonists who have run afoul, as it were. They attempt to knock over a local business that is also being used as kind of a drug, go-to type of place. That is also being supervised and facilitated by cops. So there's we got dirty cops involved and gunfight, and where these cops end up dead. And of course the whole city is going to be hunting them, where, Boseman's hot on the case, him being the son of a police officer that was gunned down in the line of duty. So he takes his job very, very seriously, and he's very dedicated to what he does. I feel he does a great job in the role, but unfortunately it's just kind of an overall, it's like one of those movies that's a bit of empty calories, as it were. It's not bad or anything, but it's not particularly good for you. But it's still it's funny because I'm watching this movie and I see hints and moments I feel that could have been so much better. I think they should have really embraced the more atmospheric vibe of the city of New York, because there's a lot of films that can do that in a more successful way. And this is just very standard fare. It's nothing truly inspiring as far as how it's being shot. But, and the story is just kind of, it's good. It feels like it really kind of almost gets to that point where it could be something great, but it just doesn't quite reach there. It's still it's just run of the mill, in my opinion. It's nothing that's going to, you're particularly remember down the line, 5 years down the line, are you going to remember this kind of movie? And that's kind of something you ask yourself when you watch a film. And I would say probably not. That being said, for what we get in our hour and 45 minutes or so, it's an overall tight story. It definitely has a twist, but you see it coming 2 miles away. There's nothing really surprising there. In fact, they kind of give it away almost during that initial confrontation. And as soon as you see somebody on screen, that they're automatically you're thinking, oh, this person's this, or this person's doing that. And more or less you're going to be right in your assumptions. It's still an overall enjoyable experience. It's a very in the now kind of movie. You watch it and then you go on with your life. I'm really not, don't want to knock the movie in any way, shape, or form, but it's still I feel like it could have done something to really set itself apart. And I thought for a moment, based off the marketing, we might get that. It feels like, a lot of times a movie can be a little bit, add a little bit something to it. A lot of complaints people make is we can shorten the movie and make it tighter. I feel this one could have used a little bit more to it. The antagonists are good. There's definitely some method to their madness, and there's kind of a story there, and I kind of would have liked to have learned a little bit more about that story. And but we do get to, I would say, the meat of the film. It's fine, and it's not too particularly bogged down with its own weight. But I feel that the ending, the last 20-30 minutes, was a little anticlimactic. It was predictable, and it just, from everything that came before, it was very action and driven. I was expecting more of kind of a fugitive type of ending, and unfortunately we didn't get that, and it was just kind of very bland in my opinion. Overall, it's a basic film. It's a basic movie. It's nothing that's going to be particularly memorable down the line, but it's still overly enjoyable until you get to that third act. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 7. I think it's kind of a good baseline. It does its own, it's it's an effort. It's a good effort, but it just never quite sticks to landing, and it definitely doesn't here. So let me know in the comments below if you had a chance to check out 21 Bridges and what were your thoughts. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.